Welcome to LexIcon, a visual guide to public international law. But before we start a conversation on what is public international law and why should we care about it, let's first clarify what is law. Law is a system of rules that are created by a controlling authority and enforced to regulate behavior of the members of society. And it has two primary functions. One is the prevention of wrongful behavior, and the other is the punishment of wrongful behavior. One distinction that we can make is private law versus public law. Private law is characterized by the horizontality of relations. It is the individual versus another individual, or a company versus company. Think of contract law or property law. Public law, on the other hand, is characterized by the verticality of relations. It is the state versus individual or the state versus company. Examples would be criminal law or tax law. Another distinction is national law versus international law. National law exists within a particular state. Rules on how to become a civil servant or how much is paid in taxes, these are matters of national law. International law governs relations between different states. Think of trade relations between states or the prohibition of genocide. And LexIcon concentrates on public international law. But why should we even care about it? Well, because it directly affects our lives. Let's say you wake up in the morning somewhere in Paris and you want to have your chia seed pudding for breakfast. And the whole travel of chia seeds from Central America to Europe is governed by international law through international trade agreements, agreements on taxes, and so on. Actually, the things that we can see on the news, the signing of climate agreements, the Olympic Games, closing borders due to the outbreak of virus, all these things are governed by international law in that or another way. And there's a lot of misconceptions about law in general. And this is precisely why LexIcon has been created, to counter them. LexIcon aims at making the subject of public international law easier to understand and more attractive. We will start from basic level, moving towards more advanced things. We will begin with the sources and subjects of international law, statehood and its elements, moving further to international organizations, law of treaties, law of state responsibility, and so much more. But for now, subscribe to this channel and wait for truly interesting and useful content.